Alright, so doing round 3, the Clash Champions, me versus Alvarado. We're both playing Chaos Turbo. Just get right into it. I'm going first, which is always good. Alright, so you just go Jar of Greed, Knight Assailant here. Or do I want to just pass? I think this hand is weak enough that I just want to hope that he sets a monster and I get to flip Knight Assailant and go up on tempo that way. So yeah, Jar of Greed, Knight Assailant, keeping Regeki Break in hand. Just because I don't want to Regeki Break a breaker or anything. Okay, so he doesn't do anything. Looks like he... No, nothing. So just flip Knight Assailant here. Definitely use Jar of Greed. Would like to find a spell card for these Faiths. I draw Deco. So if I don't draw Deco, I would have probably just triggered it for Thunder Dragon, attack for 16. But since I drew Deco, I can just set Deco instead. And set one Regeki Break. He goes for Tribe. Okay, no reason to activate Storm, just flip Deco, see what happens. Sook is really good. So, gotta decide if you want to use Storm here or not. If you activate Sook, targeting Tribe and attack, it's pretty bad if you get Mirror Forced. If you go Sook target Deco, and then he rings, that's also bad. If you go Storm into ring, I go Sook, attack Tribe, which is okay. I think I just prefer the Storm line. And set one Regeki Break. Sets 2. And he does shoots. So you know he drew Dust Shoot for turn, and he sets another card. He had Ring set last turn, so he couldn't just add a card to it. So this new card could be something like Torrential, Mirror Force that he was holding. I don't really think it's a bluff. Could also be a discard trap. Since he had Dust Shoot for any possible breaker of mine, so he would have been he would have felt more comfortable setting a discard trap without having Thunder Dragon or even Serpent. Okay, so he's going to put back Sangan for sure. And then I'm just going to set Faith. It's not like a great thing to like take back heavy, but at least I can like take back heavy, flip it down, start attacking for 11, and still is getting a plus with heavy. Okay, so he goes Graceful. Shuffled hand, so I don't know if he was holding that or not. Discard Serpent Book. Then uses Knock. That's actually really good for me because my Faith wasn't really doing anything, and I have another Faith in hand anyway, and his Faith had a Graceful Engrave, so now he lost both of his Faiths, so that knock was actually a good exchange for me. I draw Pot, which is excellent. Draw Night Assailant, Breaker. So I remember thinking here, it's going to be between Faith and Breaker. So I was thinking, if this back row of his is a discard trap, and I don't summon Breaker, I allow him to take back his Serpent, that he can then use to discard for the discard trap for free. And if it is something like Torrential, if I set Faith, he can just summon Serpent Torrential and stop me from taking back my pot, which wouldn't even be bad because I have Regeki Break, Night Assailant. But mostly because of the discard trap chance, I want to summon Breaker. And it could still be Mirror Force. So yeah, I prefer Breaker in this situation. Rare Misclick. So he thinks and just allows me to destroy the Wing Blast, which is huge considering he had a Serpent Engrave. Sets a back row and a monster. So I think his monster is always Serpent. He sets a back row here. I had no Storm. My Storm is gone already, so whatever this back row is, he could have already set it last turn without fear of heavy. So it's more likely that he drew whatever this back row is and set Serpent. Do I want to Regeki Break the back row? I have a Night Assailant loop if I want to. Well, what back row am I scared of? Right? I don't think there's anything that I'm scared of in the back row. So there's no reason to use Regeki Break. So we draw Sorcerer. I could pressure with this. He still has Mirror Force Torrential though, and his set is likely to be Serpent. So I don't think that I should do that. I think I should just attack and set Magician of Faith. So he doesn't do anything to my faith. So I'm just going to flip it, take back pot. So this is like the crazy turn. I drew a graceful off that, so now I can really just go off. And I also draw card destruction. So just discard Knight Assailant Thunder Dragon here. Pretty easy. Take back Knight Assailant. So I end up using card destruction here, which I regret. Because I feel like whatever cards Alvarado currently has are not doing anything to stop what I'm doing. So by using card destruction, I'm giving him another 3 cards for free, and he still has pot. You know, he can still get to his Thunder Dragons, BLS, Storm, all that stuff. So I feel like I'm giving him a chance by using card destruction, and I should just do some kind of play that gives me advantage, like Souk, and just pretty much wait till I win instead of going crazy with card destruction. I'm pretty sure I just activated it without setting anything and not even summoning Tsukuyomi. I end up discarding his Snatch, BLS, which are good cards to discard. So like, how do I get OTK'd if he doesn't have BLS? But he didn't have to have BLS in his hand. So my Knight Assailant's going to get back another Knight Assailant. I was really digging for one of my 2 knocks with this card destruction. I was like over 50% to draw. No, even more. Hold on. Because I drew half my deck and have 2 knocks. I don't even want to do the math on that, but it's well over 50%. Probably even over 75%. But I don't draw knock. He discarded Serpent off this card destruction, so I know his monster is not a Serpent. So he has what's he have left? Spy, Koichi, Sangan, Knight Assailant. I don't know if he would set Knight Assailant though. Anyway, I start here with using Upstart. What's my play? Do I still have another Spy in deck? Don't. I can't really do much. I hope that I wouldn't Regeki break his monster. His back row can still be Torrential? If it's Torrential, would he have gone Serpent Torrential to try and stop my Faith, or did he think that I would bait before setting Faith? Just see what I do. There's a lot of options here. Looks like I go for pressure with Spy. Wait, am I gonna... Looks like I'm gonna Regeki break the monster. Which I guess... I mean, obviously I'm a little biased because I can see the stats of this thing in here. But there is more spies in deck. Deco. So it makes sense to Regeki break monster. And now just attack. If he mirror forces, I book the faith. And here just set everything. It's pretty hard for me to lose when he doesn't have BLS. And I think if he storms, I wouldn't solemn, I would just book something, the faith. Yeah, I wasn't solemning a heavy. Am I solemning this? What do I know he has? I know he has a serpent, a spy. When he uses pot first, I don't think he ever has heavy. He would definitely always heavy first. So I actually really like solemn here because of that. So that's 2 and a monster. So my play here is pretty obvious. I'm going to book the faith to try and take storm and just win the game. He has to respond to this. He had ring engrave, right? Yeah, he had ring engrave. That's why I didn't do this in the end phase. Okay, so he has wing blast. Now I just use knock, and he solemns. So I'm thinking this is obviously the spy that he drew. So I summon Chaos Sorcerer, and if he torrentials, I summon Tribe or Deco to just win. Still has Mirror Force. I think I made the read that he would have Mirror Forced my Spy, Breaker, Faith last turn. So I kind of just took the chance here. No, I thought I did, but I didn't. I guess it wouldn't be game anyway, so what's the point? Yeah, and I attack with Breaker because I'm expecting Spy. He did set Deco though, so I kind of lost the game shot there. I only would have taken 400 extra. I don't regret that play though. I think that's just... I can't expect him to not set Spy. So, set Deco here? No. You set Knight Assailant to deal with any monster he puts on the field. Like the Spy that's in his hand, for example. Goes Minecon, that's main deck Minecon. Which I knew about. I saw that in previous replays. Okay, now I expect this to be spy for sure. Pretty sure I just summoned sorcerer. Yeah, I go sorcerer. And to play around Mirror Force, you just switch spy to defense. Knight Assailant can still attack for game, just in case he has the third spy in his hand. Yeah, that looks good. And he did have the third spy in his hand. So sets a monster in the back row. Start this off with Upstart. Draw Sangan. I think I go set jar, summon Sangan. Pass. I could attack into possible Knight Assailants. But if I attack into Spy, take 1,000, then next turn he has even more damage on top of that. Yeah, I'm cool with just jar Sangan. Summon Sangan. My hand is really strong here. I have Charity, Storm, Mindcon, so it just deals with everything. Summons Kaiku. Flip Sangan. Interesting that he doesn't crash the Sangans and then banish my Sangan. He preferred having the field presence, keeping the field presence Sangan. But that could potentially hurt him if I manage to get Chaos out, because when I summon Sangan, it's possible I could be holding a Charity, so it's also possible I could potentially get Chaos out, especially since you're not banishing my Sangan here. Okay. This looks pretty obvious. Start with Jar Greed. Okay, so here, he didn't use Jar Greed. He's definitely capable of holding it a turn, I'm sure. But if my Charity gets solemned, I'm kind of left. I mean, I would still be in an okay spot. I have Spy, Regeki Break. But if that gets knocked, suddenly I'm looking to be in a pretty bad situation. So I just want to Storm to guarantee that Charity goes through. Those are really good draws. Discard Serpent and what? Torrential? Yep, Torrential looks good. And then use Upstart Pot, trying to dig for Thunder Dragon. There's Thunder Dragon. No reason to do that Mind Control Sork play. You can just set Spy, break Dust Shoot, and like, it's a pretty unlosable situation here. See the hand. His hand is basically unplayable. Just discard tribe seems good, right? Or should I keep tribe? Thing is, if I don't get rid of tribe, right now my pressure is coming from spies and chaos sorcerer, which tribe will deal with. So I definitely have to get rid of tribe. So he has 2 discard traps and 2 chaos. He attacks with a Sangan. He does that. He does that because he's trying to get the Kaiku hit in case I set Faith. Fortunately, that's not happening. He sets 1. Should I Regeki break this? The answer is no. There's no reason to. I would rather Regeki break the Kaiku. Do I have a dark yet? I do. I have Sangan. Yeah, so just Regeki break the Kaiku and standby phase, discarding Serp. And then summon Sorcerer to banish Sangan. And then put pressure with the spies. I think some people don't like to set Serpent in these spots, but I like to set Serpent so that I contribute for Thunder Dragon and continue adding pressure. I set Mind Control so that if he draws a Thunder Dragon, he will have a 50-50 with his discard trap instead of giving him a 100%. He draws Pot of Greed, then Upstart. He doesn't find the Thunder Dragon, but he does find Tribe, which gets rid of my spellcasters. He discards BLS, so now his Sorcerer is live. And he attacks my Serpent, so me setting Serpent saved me 1600 damage. What is the play now? I think it's important to be patient here. I don't really want to summon, I don't want to force the summon of my Chaos Sorcerer by like discarding a Thunder Dragon and then summoning Sorcerer, because he has a discard trap that he can just easily deal with the Sorcerer, and then all I have for damage is 1 more Thunder Dragon. So I think I just set Serpent and play the waiting game. He goes for Wing Blast, discarding Regeki Break, which is pretty good for me. I take 16, that's fine. I draw Serpent, and same thing here, just set Serpent. We do duos. So he's banking on me setting Serpent. Good play for him. Could have maybe attacked first, but maybe he's planning knock. Yeah, that's definitely what he could have used knock first though. He must be sure that it's Serpent. Discards my knock. But he doesn't have knock. Yeah, maybe he should have just attacked first to guarantee it was Serpent. I still know he has Sorcerer in hand. And I know he doesn't have knock. Well, I don't know he doesn't have knock, but he probably doesn't have knock. Sorcerer attack and set Deco here. Make force down, force him to summon Sorcerer to banish my Sorcerer. And then I just have Mind Control and Regeki Break and the Deco flip. Kind of just forcing, kind of trading sorcerers here. Instead of having my Deco be run over by Tribe, guaranteed. Yeah, that looks good. I remember watching this replay. I think he has Mind Control in his hand right now. Yeah, he doesn't use Mind Control because he assumed I just had Serpent that I'm planning to tribute for Thunder Dragon. If he Mind Controls here, this could have been a completely different game. So flip Deco, draw. I definitely have to be worried about Magician of Faith. See, I think I have to Mind Con his set monster. And then use Tribe to destroy Sorcerer. Question is if I use Tribe before or after flipping the Spy. Do it before and I would have 1200, 4200 damage, leaving him at 700. If I do it after, I have 3000. Thing is, I can answer his defense mode Spy pretty easily. I have the Tribe on field, as well as the Regeki Break. So I think I prefer having a Spy on my field, so use Tribe first. This makes all Ring of Destructions dead for him and game winning for me. Uses Mind Con on Tribe, so now I know he's in complete desperation mode. He's just doing this to destroy the Tribe itself so that I can't out his defense mode Spy, but I have the Regeki Break set, so it's just game. And I draw BLS. Alright, on to round 4. See you in the next video.